How beautiful.
Yeah.
So cute. Well, they're getting the heat over there, so hopefully they are getting ready for possibly record highs in the Southwest. It's pretty amazing what's happening nationally in our forecast. I mean, it was amazing for us yesterday. We saw record rainfall in Miami, though I do have to admit our models were hinting anywhere between 2 to 4 inches, in some areas 6 inches of rain once everything was said and done. So this is great, especially because we need it for our rain gauge, because we are in those drought-stricken conditions. So we shattered the previous record rainfall in Miami. We also set a new record rainfall in Marathon, shattering that too. That was set back in 1987. And we added more rainfall this morning, just after midnight till about 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. Still dealing with a few showers by the Keys, but Broward and Miami-Dade, that rain has pushed offshore, and we've been dry for the last 45 minutes to an hour. But you know, we are expecting to see the rain gauge to be looking much bigger and brighter with our numbers by Thursday. That's when we'll get the update. But you can see why we've got at least 2 to almost 3 inches of rain from us at Broward County in towards Flamingo, just about 1.5 inches right by Davie and towards Sunrise. All the way into Miami's, we did see the possibility of those 4 inches of rain into Miami Gardens, 3 inches in Cutler Bay, 4 inches of rain in Homestead. We saw almost 5 inches of rain near Marathon, and just over 4 inches in Isla Mirada. And we're still dealing with the downpours, where you're seeing those cloudy and dreary conditions is down by the Keys. Pembroke Park, we still have the clouds around, but we're not seeing precipitation falling from these clouds. Temperatures, rain-cooled degrees, mid to upper 70s as you walk out the door. Winds out of the west-southwest, and that's going to warm us up today, especially because it's helping to push all those showers offshore. So as you can see, we are rain-free now in Broward County. No need for the rain gear as you do walk out the door this morning, unless you're in the Keys. We're going to keep these showers lingering at least till about 7, 8 o'clock this morning. And now in the wake of that rainfall is nothing but drier air, and it's going to continue to contribute to what will be a dry and warming trend in our forecast. So my in-house model pulls those storms by the Keys pushing offshore by this afternoon. Maybe a stray shower around 2 o'clock, but really that atmospheric moisture content is very limited now that it actually sweeps all the way through and moves in towards the Atlantic. Now to the west of us, we'll have this ridge of high pressure building. As it does so, that's going to provide for the upper level dry air and the very warm conditions in our forecast. We're going with highs in the 90s by Friday. The last time we have actually seen a high in the 90s was back in October. So if you want to head to the beach or do some boating, I highly suggest it now that the rain is moving out. It's a great day to do so because the winds are moving in from the west-southwest, so there are no advisories. I do advise you to get the extra bottle of water, sunblock, and the sunglasses if you're planning outdoor activities for this weekend, because we'll have highs in the 90s.
And now it's
this at 14 years old.
Incredible.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Julie, it makes me think, what was I doing at 14? Not that.
Not that.
Not at all. And back in those days, we could play until the lights came on the corner, and we were okay to be like, okay, mom and dad, when the lights are on, we got to go home. It's time for us to eat. I mean, that's what I was doing at 14. Well, let me tell you, for our 14-year-olds out there, I know you're probably grabbing your iPad to get ready for school, something, again, we didn't have at 14. We are noticing you can also find out our forecast, a lot easier just by the palm of your hand, which we also didn't have back in those days. So let's show you what we have right now. Boy, we got some beneficial rainfall. We received so much rainfall. It was a record in Miami, just over 4.25 inches, which shattered the previous record of just almost 2 and almost 3 inches. That was set back in 1940s. They also didn't have the internet back then. Well, let me tell you, we are also seeing that we got record rainfall in Marathon yesterday. And I mean, these numbers are just amazing. But got to tell you, we were forecasting this, and we definitely needed to get us out of this drought. As for rainfall totals already this morning, this happened just after midnight. We're receiving an additional about 1/4 inch to 1 inch of rain to what we've already received over the last 36 hours. So 24 hours, this is what I got for our radar estimates. Almost 3 inches near Deerfield Beach, Coral Springs, 2 inches, almost 3 inches in North Lauderdale, just over 1.25 inches by Flamingo Road, in towards parts of right over Sunrise, in towards Davie, and then just 2.25 inches as we go into parts of downtown Miami and in towards Brickell and in towards Cutler Bay. That's where we saw about 2 to 3 inches of rain, and then Homestead 4 inches, and then we saw the record rainfall in the Middle Keys and by the Upper Keys, just over 4 inches of rain. As for temperatures, we're rain-cooled degrees, mid to upper 70s. Winds though starting to move in from the south-southwest. That's bringing us the heat and the humidity, but it's also helping push this leftover lingering moisture well offshore. So we're drying out nicely out there, even though we still have the clouds around. Broward and Miami-Dade still holding on to some storms by Key Largo, Isla Morada to Ducky, and that's really where my rain chances are sitting right now, just at about 20 to 30%. As for our winds moving in from the southwest, it's because of this area pushing away from us, and it's reflecting all of this drier air that's going to be moving in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That will help suppress any widespread chance of showers and storms today. If any storms do pop up, with the peak heating of the day, will be very isolated. But as we go into your Wednesday, we will notice this ridge of high pressure building from the west and headed towards the east, and that's going to provide for us to have highs in the 90s. This has been something we haven't felt since October 3rd, 2024. I know we'll have to adjust to it because look what happened. Not just do we start that by the end of the week, we continue that trend as we go into the weekend. We even get warmer. We're forecasting high of 91 by Sunday.
I'm giving you a live look right now at the Don Shula Expressway going northbound. You can see that you are starting to slow down here. This is West 122nd Street. So this is where it's really slowing down. But on your maps, you can see that a little further north, you're also seeing some delays. This was just in the red, so it's starting to pick up just a little bit. I would imagine that this would get a little worse as the morning progresses and more cars start to hit the road. It's 6:20 right now. This is between Kendall Drive and Sunset Drive. Speeds coming in here as slowly as 19 miles per hour. So not too bad, but definitely give yourself a little extra time if this is part of your commute. I will leave you with some drive times. Broward County, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, you guys are accident and incident free. So this right here is 595 going eastbound, I-75 2S1 12 minutes. University Drive 2S1 7. Be safe out there.